Anyone have any encounters with gun shop spurglords or just general unpleasant customers or workers at your LGS? Be me today. Pull up to not so local LGS, but still pretty close to my area. Called them earlier that morning to see if they were interested in buying a rifle from me. Based Army vet Grandad is with me as we enter the store, and I start conversing with an employee, trying to let them know I was there to let them look at the rifle. Employee takes rifle and walks to the other end of the long-ass room, researching value and such. Suddenly Spurglord appears. Tall and lanky, with a ratty unkempt goatee, a face full of acne, and a COD shirt. Walks with an awkward sort of scuttle. Need help finding something? The fuck? This thing is an employee? Respectfully tell him I'm good as I look around to point out based Grandad and tell him we're just waiting on the owner to make me an offer. Grandad is nowhere to be found, presumably dipping at the sight of this pizza face fuck. And now leaving me trapped. A spy then proceeds to give me a monologue about how he saw my Czech rifle that I'm selling and that he likes Czech guns. Decide to humor him as I'm basically trapped waiting and at the very least get to have a talk with a fellow firearms enthusiast. Proceeds to brag to me about his massive firearms collection and talk down to me as if I know nothing about firearms. Try to make idle conversation, but eventually just evolve into a "huh and oh, cool on my end." Spurg starts making outlandish as fuck claims about how he has a genuine Polish comblock AK from the 60s. Obvious bullshit, so I decide to fuck with him. Ask him very basic questions such as whether it was a parts kit or imported, who imported it, etc. Stutters over himself and can't reliably answer. Claimed he won it in a bet from his dad after shooting 2 deer with 1 bullet. Anthony Vryoniclip.web. Finally a spy fucks off. Be me. Early in the koofining, post-fentanyl Floyd. Head. On over to LGS with girl. In the market for a Glock 26, new or used. None to be found. Decide to window shop. Most walls barren. Most display cases empty. Lone Inox 21A catches my eye. Amigaditsecute.jpg get in line behind some diabetic boomer. Boomer proceeds to argue about not needing a BGC since he is in the system. Let out a single audible laugh. Boomer continues to argue on not having BGC done. Claims fight in NAM. Claims being son of some no-name WW2 hero. LGS of course ain't taking it. Boomer leaves pissed. Move up and buy 21A leave in 5 minutes with mouse pistol in hand. Pickerel. Be me. Other autistic passion is photography. Spent thousands of dollars into said hobby. Traveled plenty, mostly by car to see sights and get nice comfy pics. Decide one night fuck it, gonna drive 6 hours out in the middle of nowhere to do some night astro photos. Plan to arrive by night, 2 p.m. starts to roll around not feeling good, still tell myself to go anyway. Arrive at destination as sun is going down, gazebo with a fire pit, Mexican family doing a cookout, nobody to be seen for miles away. They offer food to me, really thoughtful but decline. Camp out in car until nightfall arrives. The Mexican family has long gone now. It's just me out in the middle of nowhere, nothing to be seen for miles except land and lakes, reception is off and on. Nighttime rolls around and it's dark, Bortle 1 class skies, no moon. I set up my camera on its tripod and begin taking photos, it gets kinda cold, so I go sit in my car. Shit, I can't see anything, not even with my car overhead light. Here. Bushes rustling around, think nothing of it, maybe it's a rabbit. No, it's big and I can hear its breathing. Grab my camera, slam car door shut, roll up the window, and stay inside. Perfect night to forget my CC. Can't hear or see shit now, it pushed up against my car and nudged it forward. Oh fuck, what the fuck? It goes behind my car, still can't see. Decide fuck this, I'm leaving. Start up car and nope the fuck out of there. Have to piss, maybe stop 10 minutes into my trip, still dark as fuck. Stop my car, get out to take a piss. Hear cow mooing, it seems agitated. Well that's okay. Hear the most horrifying screech I've ever heard, and the cow starts to scream murder. What in the actual fuck? Actually get scared as I hear this cow screaming murder. Push my piss out. Get in car and speed off at 100 miles per hour. I hardly go out in the night after that. My last night adventure I had an animal stalking me in the mountains trees, and I could see its eyes reflecting from my light. Hey, I got something sort of interesting that I can't explain. Be me. Overlanding in southern Utah on a 5-day expedition through some of the most desolate parts of the state. Day whatever. It's been at least 4 days since we've seen another vehicle. We made camp between 2 buttes. Sun goes down, and we see a line of bright lights on the hills on the other side of the low desert valley. Oh shit, other people. Check my map. They're on a road near the top of the low hills about 5 miles away. There are about 10 lights. The lights move down the road maybe a quarter mile, then turning around and go back the way they came. They repeat this cycle endlessly. Occasionally, one light would turn red and stop. Brake lights. Must be a line of vehicles. A few times one of the lights stop and flashes yellow for a while. Hazard lights. Sometimes they all stop for a little bit then start again. They do this for hours. Still doing this when we go to bed. I wake up in the middle of the night to pee. Lights still moving. I genuinely have no idea what they were doing driving the same short section of the road in the dark for at least 5 hours. Be me. Early in the Koofaning, post-fentanyl Floyd. Head on over to LGS with girl. In the market for a Glock 26, new or used. None to be found. Decide to window shop. Most walls barren. Most display cases empty. Lone Inox 21A catches my eye. Amigaditsaq.jpg get in line behind some diabetic boomer. Boomer proceeds to argue about not needing a BGC since he is in the system. Let out a single audible laugh. Boomer continues to argue on not having BGC done. Claims fight in NAM. Claims being son of some no-name WW2 hero. LGS of course ain't taking it. Boomer leaves pissed. Move up and buy 21A, leave in 5 minutes with mouse pistol in hand. Pickerel. I've got plenty of weird shit stories, but only one of them involved guns. Here goes. Back in 2003, I was stationed at Camp Wesley Harris. It was about 400 acres of mostly forest in rural Kitsap County that the Navy, and before them, the USMC, had used as a firing range since 1929. There were a number of old buildings there that we used, but the important one for this story was the range house. It was probably built around World War II and was originally intended as officers' quarters, but we used it as an office and break room. Imagine a stick-built structure of about 500 square feet with a cedar shake exterior and an admittedly nice unpainted plywood interior with no insulation. The downstairs had a living room with couches and a desk, a small kitchen with sink and oven, and a bathroom with shower. It had hot water and electricity, although those may have been retrofits. The upstairs was an attic that was used for storage and had a single mattress. All in all, it should have been a pretty cozy place to spend an evening, if one had to. Be me. GM20812 NEC on shore duty, looks like a sweet gig. Teach people to shoot in the woods, shoot all I want myself, maybe 50 hours per week of work, spend time outdoors. Duty once every 6 days in the base armory, can go home after the 2300 shift turnover. Chief wants duty personnel to spend the night at the camp. Worried that someone will break in and steal stuff. Only thing worth stealing is an early 90s 286 computer with a phone modem that barely works, don't even have shit for office supplies. Chief wants new computer, Bangor won't give us one, unless the old one dies. One morning come into work, window is broken, and computer is gone. How about that.jpg? Dumb fucker locked the door on his way out, not exactly the crime of the century. We get our new computer, but Bangor likes the idea of 24-hour security. Be me. At struggling little LGS. Spend $200 and buy the shop owner's wife for a couple hours. Fingerfuck for a bit then move on to the real deal. Having a great time even though she won't stop crying. Kind of annoying, the barrel I shoved up her butt isn't even loaded, don't count as flagging if it's intentional. Accidental discharge inside of her with my own barrel. Owner is pissed, said I was supposed to use protection. Tell him it's my $200 and I'll do what I want. 9 months later she has an accidental discharge weighing 8.7 pounds. His wife can't even walk into the shop or see a gun without crying and clenching her ass cheeks. Banned from shop. WTF bros, I'm the customer. Be me. 23. STEM junior. Wanted to do door kicker shit all my life. But also want to make enough money to support a family someplace far away from the suburbs or cities. Got psyoped into college before service bro lol. Can go to college for free thanks to dad. But feeling like I should go active ASAP. Would I be a retard if I took an 12 BOP 40 or 18x contract? Yes. Could 17 COP4 give me a chance to do door kicker stuff? Or should I just stick with my current pursuit of 17 CARNG? Just be a generic high-speed 17C in the reserves and you can deploy, doing whatever you want, since all 17CS are massive nerd weenies that can't run. Expeditionary cyber is way more elite than any ranger. 17C doing door kicker stuff. There's an entire unit at Meade for it, active only though. But yeah, go officer regardless. Be me. Dad gifts me a Hoa 1500 he bought years ago because he loves .3006 but don't like that .308. 8 Dad whatever thanks. Throw it in a KRG chassis. Buy a Vortex Viper HST, MOA, with Barrett 0 gap 20 MOA rings from a buddy. Mount it, shooting way fucking high. God damn it I'm dumb. Buy lower rings. Better but now it gives me headaches when shooting. Couldn't get it to hit targets at 400, no matter how much I adjusted left or right. Maybe I'm just retarded? I want to get rid of the Vortex and get a good mil scope, but don't want to dump a 3K into an optic. Also want to cut the barrel down to 18.5 and thread it for a muzzle device. Mid-2020 be me. Innigan show, have to wear the cuckmask. Go with crater-brained retard co-worker, only other guy at work into funds. Looking for AR-10 handguard to complete a build. Happen across an actual good table with Kimmer Colt S&Ws. Pull the hammer back on a Python. Oh sweet Christ, that pull is so much nicer than my Ruger. I need one at some point. Skip to now. I has Python.